A lot of businesses are going to pay the government higher than they are supposed to pay, while some are going to pay the government lesser than they are supposed to pay. Yes, it all depends on strategy, structure, and the right information. I'm not talking about the wrong information that is going here and there regarding the new tax reform. I'm talking about verified one. So in today's video, we are focusing on MSME, that is the small or the medium business owner. So if you know you have a business or you're an entrepreneur, no matter how small it is, this video is for you. And if you know you are a freelancer or an individual or a salary earner, like we'll do a separate video for you on what you need to know about the new tax reform. So this is a checklist. It's not just an ordinary video. It has an action plan, as you can see, like an action plan that you need to follow about the tax reform. So this video worth sharing. Like if you have any small business owner or anyone that has a company or a business, just share it to them and let them follow. If you have any question, drop it in the comment section. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and follow us for more videos. So the first one we'll be discussing is the Single National Tax Authority. So before now we have the Federal Inland Revenue Service, but now it is now being changed to Nigerian Revenue Service. So in case you are seeing, starting from January, you are seeing NRS instead of FRS, you don't need to be confused. It is all unified. It is all still the same thing. Like they are all unified under the same compliance requirements, but some things are being changed. We also have one joint tax board now being changed to Joint Revenue Service, the JRB. Even the recent video that Professor Taiwo Yedele did about the tax reform, he mentioned JRB. This is to tell you that it's already in place, right? It is already in place. So the second one that we have right here is the small business definition and the tax exemption. So if you know you are under the business registration, this one is not absolutely for you because you are under the payee, that is the personal income tax structure. But this one is for those that are under the company structure. So if you're under the company structure, you need to know that your annual turnover, if your annual turnover is less than 100 million, you are not supposed to pay any tax. Because when the tax reform came out, then the threshold was 50 million, but now it has been increased to 100 million. And this is also to tell you, like another evidence to tell you that the government, they are doing their best to make this tax reform favor the MSME, like on the economic level. I'm not talking about the political level. So, or if your total fixed asset is 250 million, you are exempted from paying the company income tax, the CGT, or the developmental levy. So you are not supposed to pay any tax, right? So you need to know your structure. The action plan here, you need to know your structure. Like, first of all, know your structure. Are you under the business registration structure or the company registration structure? So you need to confirm your turnover and your fixed assets annually. So if you qualify, you will not pay for CIT, CGT, or anything. You will not pay for anything because you are exempted automatically by law. But if you grow beyond the threshold, you need to start planning for at least 30% of profit. At least it's still manageable, right? So the third one we have right here is the digital compliance, which is absolutely mandatory. So before now, if you have been doing your invoicing on a manual or paper-based system, please, you need to cancel it, because now we would start taxing you based on your electronic invoicing. And do you remember the intro I gave earlier? Yeah, if you know, you understand what I'm saying. If you do not, swipe the video back to the beginning and you understand this part. So e-invoicing, that is the electronic filing and reporting for VAT and the CIT, is now something that is mandatory. You have to do it. You have to do it. And even on the FRS portal, that is the NRS portal, the FRS portal that we have now, there's something that there is this invoicing that is being attached, but it is not yet in place. But we can see it, but it is not yet in place. So maybe by January we will see it and we'll do a separate video on that. So it has been structured that even FRS or the NRS can now have a receipt or a copy of the receipt that you issue to your customer of your business, which is to tell you that you cannot run away from the law, you cannot run away from the tax. Yeah. So the fourth one that we have right here is the VAT threshold and the filing. Small business below certain supply threshold may be exempted from filing the VAT charges. So small business that is a small business, but we still have some businesses that are attached to it. So you need to understand your VAT obligations. Don't worry, you can just let us know what business you are doing, so we'll tell you if it is exempted or not. Register only when you surpass the revenue or supply threshold, and also avoid penalties by premature or incorrect VAT filings. VAT is value added tax, and it's the 7.5% of the particular products that you are selling. If you go to supermarket or go to anywhere, even before now, people have been collecting VAT charges, right? So this is not something that is supposed to be new. If you know you're a small business owner and you have not been collecting VAT charges, you need to start collecting. However, there are some businesses that are exempted, which is what we are telling you now, but you need to know if your business is exempted or not. That's the number 4. So the number 5 is the personal income tax changes. Whilst businesses worry about company taxes or the limited structure upgrade, individuals such as the freelancers or the sole proprietors may face updated personal tax brackets starting from January 1st, 2026. The tax bracket is 800,000 from 0 to 800,000 is zero tax. That if you are making 800,000 lesser, you are not supposed to pay anything. You are not supposed to pay anything. But if you are making up to like 3 million or more than 800, even more than 800 to 3 million, I think it's 7% tax. But 3 million upward is 15%. So the personal income tax has also been changed, right? It has also been changed. So if you are a sole proprietor, or maybe you are a small business owner, or you earn like a personal income such as the freelancer or the tech bros and the taxes and all of that, you need to calculate your expected tax liability under the new band. And we have the personal income tax calculator on our channel. In fact, we even did a video on how you can go through it, how you can make use of it to calculate your tax, to know the tax that you'll be paying, so that any tax man or any tax person will not charge you more than you are supposed to pay, right? So these are what we said. These are one of the things that we mentioned about in our intro, right? So the 6th one is the records and documentation becoming critical. You see, this is the most important part of this video, like the most important part of this tax reform. The fear that we have now is not the tax itself. The fear is the documentation. Before now, a lot of people are not, in fact, even I am included, right? A lot of businesses does not have record of their sales, talk less of the expenses, talk less of the income. Like, you don't understand what I'm saying. Like, the fear right now is improper record or documentation. Tax is assessed on actual business profits, like on your profits, but NRS, they requires proof. If there's no proof, like if there's no proof of what you are doing, of what you are selling, or of what you are producing, there's no way they will know this is your income or this is not your income. So they need invoice, they need receipts, they need contract, right? So poor records is absolutely like inability to prove deductions or exemptions or even your tax as well. So what you need to do as a business owner, you need to separate your personal and business accounts starting from January 2026. Separate your personal and business accounts. And I'm sure if you're a business owner, you are watching this video, you are not using your personal account to receive your business money. If you are, please, you need to stop. Like, you really need to stop. Another thing is that you need to back up your records digitally. We have like a lot of online tools that you can use to track or keep your books or your record. Also keep invoice, keep receipts, and also the contract of like at least for 6 years plus. You need to keep them in place. So the number 9 one that we have here is the formalization, that is like the encouragement of formalization, and we've been discussing that's what we have been discussing in the video before now. One goal of this reform is to bring MSMEs into formal economy. The tax reform is not attacking you, like they are bringing you into the normal economy, because let's take the tax exemption that we talked about as example. If your business is not formal, if it is not registered, there is no way they will know if you are exempted or not, right? So without fear of the taxation or anything, or digital filing or unified use, you need to be formalized. Like, make sure you are in place. Register your business with CAC if you have not done it. Get your tax identification number and ensure you have your bank account linked with all of this tax ID or your NIN. The 10th ones that we have is engaging in credible sources, not rumors. Not rumors. And one of the credible sources is ME Digital Network. Before now, we've been attending to like 100 plus businesses in Nigeria, and you can join them, you can be part of them. In fact, we have a separate group where we discuss business insights, business issue, and even this tax reform. You can just engage in a Q&A session with us. So you also need to know that there are some tax reliefs, such as we have over 50 of them, over 50 exemption that is applied to low income earners or small businesses. But like we said, if your business is not informal, if it is not registered or in structure, there is no way you can be tax exempted. There is no way. In fact, it will even be informal and you'll be afraid. But if your business is registered, you have a structure, your business is registered, and you have everything, you are staying in compliance, you don't need to be afraid. So what you need to do is that you need to start planning your tax strategy now. If you do not have a tax consultant or a business consultant that is representing your business, we can be one for you. So the summary that we need to do is: 1, confirm if your business qualifies for the tax exemption. You also need to know the structure that you are in. So you need to know the structure. Which of the structures, is it the business registration structure or the limited structure? After that, you need to confirm if your business qualifies for the tax exemption. 2. Number 3, you need to digitize your accounting and e-filing system. You need to digitalize it. If you have keeping your record on books, make sure you find a way to keep your records online. The e-invoicing and the e-receipts that we talked about. Also, you need to separate your personal and business finances. You also need to register with NRS and secure your TIN, that is your tax identification number, and also register your tax formats, because it is true your tax formats will be able to file your tax, except if they are changing the system. You also need to understand the VAT, the threshold, and the obligations, and also keep proper documentation and contracts, and plan profit forecasts and tax cash flows. So ignore all the noise out there, the gossips and a lot of things. ME Digital is right here to give answers to all your questions that is needed for your business. So if you have any question that you need to ask, just let us know in the comment section. Thank you very much. My name is Egbebi Mirami. Today I am an ICBC-certified business consultant, an AI business strategist, and most importantly, your favorite business consultant. Thank you for staying to the end. Don't forget to subscribe, watch, like, and share to every other person that